All right, so I'm here juicing my carrots, apples, celery, and beet juice. Um, Forgive the noise, but I had this thought as I'm talking to my my soulmate, or one of my soulmates, and the thought and the conversation was that we are highly favored, right? And this is kind of building on a conversation we were having yesterday about why Jews have been hated throughout history, and her point was that the Jews have favor from God. If you believe what's written in the Bible, the Jews have favor from God. And so people throughout time, the Greeks, the Assyrians, the Medes and Persians, the Egyptians, the Babylonians have all hated that favored position. That's what the conversation was last night. So today we're talking about blessings in our life and um, those coming as a result of us being favored by God. And that word God is religiously loaded, but just divinely favored. There's a some kind of universal pathway that we are moving in harmony with, and the result of that is a multiplier of our force, of our efforts, and it results in good things for us, right, in our life. So call those blessings, call it favor, call it God looking out for you, whatever. Um, so I'm thinking about it, and one of the ways that I was in our conversation, I was talking about the Apostle Peter and how the Apostle Peter stepped out of the boat when Jesus was walking. He saw Jesus walking on water. He's like, "What the fuck, Chewie? Hey, he's walking on water. I want to do the same thing." So he gets out of the boat and he starts walking on the water as well for a little while, but he starts looking down and starts to sink. So I'm in my head, I'm like, the reason why I brought it up to her was like, I'm thinking in my head, Peter was favored, right? Quote unquote favored, but he ended up sinking. But in the course of talking about it, I'm like, maybe I'm asking the wrong questions. Maybe I'm asking the wrong questions. Instead of asking, like, imagine the Apostle Peter. He's walking on water. He sees his friend, his mentor, this dude. He sees fucking Neo doing Neo shit, right? Walking on water. He steps out. He's doing the exact same thing. And then maybe Peter's like me, and he's like, "Hey, how the fuck does this work? Why am I favored? Why aren't they walking on water? Uh, why am I being blessed to walk on water? I've never seen anybody else do this shit, but I am doing it right now." Um, and maybe that's the reason why he started to sink. So for me, the lesson that I'm just, and I gotta really think it through, but the lesson that I'm thinking about is, um, maybe you don't need to worry about the mechanics of what being favored or moving with the universal multiplier. Maybe you don't need to worry about the mechanics of that or why, right? Just realize, Devereaux, that right now you're in a space that required a lot of effort on your part. You had to learn about how you were fucking your life up. You had to be conscious about making different choices. And making those different choices consistently have gotten you to where you are right now. And that's a really favored place. So what would it look like to just move with it as opposed to questioning it? And that might be the lesson for me to learn. Don't question it, just move with it.